Then one after the other, it is continuously going on, Pradeep. Okay. Now, this is the basic. Stamps are the basics one, but stamps have to be limited to about 30 to 40% of the whole exhibit. We should stick to that. Then we should have variety. Now, other thing comes, which adds the more value to reach on the higher level of material. Higher level of metal. That is proofs. I think I will talk about later. Okay. Artists, they are postage phase drive proofs, one after the other. Color trials are there, and sometimes there are sunken proofs also. So we should read about it. And chrome proofs generally they are coming nowadays for the modern period. These offset printing type of things. These add value to your collection quite much and very much desirable because they are not.
Sir, may I interrupt you here?
Ji, what do you say?
Sir, may I interrupt you here?
Yes,
may
you
I ask
can.
a question here?
Yep.
You are talking about proof.
Proofs,
and,
yeah.
I have heard many times about this thing, but
yes.
I never could understand what does it mean. And but I think these proofs are made in presses and for example, designing a stamp or cover or anything else.
Please also explain essay along with them, sir.
Essay also, yeah, I will come up.
Along with them.
Proofs are prepared. Yes. So my question is, are these proofs are sold by government agency or these are arranged by making some arrangement?
Sometimes generally government sell it, and sometimes they are in stolen. Now you cannot use Indian proofs from 1947 onwards because most of the proofs were stolen. So you are the exhibitor is prohibited to display them. If they do it, they can discard it and they can be, I think, prosecuted also. So this is the world.
Can we use Indian proofs if we are exhibiting abroad? Can we do it?
Yes, but I don't know whether you get permission. So better I will not. You can take risk if you definitely you can go for it. Because abroad there is no condition. Abroad to send abroad there is condition for 100-year-old item. If it is 100-year item, definitely you can use because it will be pre-independence era.
Yes, sir.
So that is possible. For post-independence era is only difficult. Just recently, about 10 years back, this Hello Cobase here, the company which was printing stamps and the Gandhi stamp was printed by them, they sold so many proofs and essays and so many color trials, etc. to the open market. Plenty were there. So what happens? These proofs are not so much available. And that's why their desire in the exhibit is very, very important. So, but it should not be a fake one. Sometimes fake you can get also in the market. There are some deluxe sheets also. Don't go for them. There's a difference between proofs and the deluxe sheet. Deluxe sheets are generally issued to attract the customers. Sorry, the newcomers and the.
So when you are talking about fake items and so what is the scope of Cinderella stamps? Can we intentionally use a Cinderella and write that it is a Cinderella?
If the thing, what is going on, you can talk about that. Cinderella, I'll just put into mud when we'll come to Cinderella. Okay. So proofs are very, very important. There will be color trials, there will be stage proofs. There may be progressive proofs are coming in modern area. So don't go for many. Not more than one progressive proof should be in. Well, there are plenty available in the Indian market. They are not very expensive and they don't have much philatelic value.
So here so again,
issued in big quantity. Yes, you want to ask?
Yeah. I want to ask. As you are saying that there are many stolen or there are many which might be withdrawn or in the notice of juries or government and they may be prosecuted or action can be taken. So are there chances like banks, like if I have a forgery note, duplicate note, you can say currency, 2000 rupee note or 500 rupees. If I go to bank, when they find that this is a forged one, they immediately scrap it and the matter is over. So is there any chance in any exhibition or like this thing, if somebody gets the chance to that this is stolen or withdrawn or like this thing, let us distort it or damage it or capture it?
No, they don't have. It's your property. It's your property in the exhibit. Now, if you are not explaining that this is a fake or this is a correct one, you will lose marks. And if you show more than 2 or 3 fake items without mentioning it, you may lose about 2 medals maybe sometimes. Maybe whole exhibit can be disqualified.
But that means you can show your fake items by telling them?
No, but with showing that this is fake.
Sir, how much value does a permanent pictorial cancellation on a postcard have, sir?
No, question we'll ask later on. At the moment, whatever I talk, you can ask the question in between. Otherwise, put your question down, then we'll one by one elaborate it. Otherwise, this exhibiting sequence will stop.
That is good idea, sir.
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, okay. So at this, let me complete material, because materials are hundreds. And it's not easy to just to define this in 1 hour. You need to have regular studies, regular watching of the exhibits in the exhibitions, discussing with the philatelist, reading auction books, and many, many things. And still, you can have some problems. So that's the pleasure of exhibiting and collecting a variety of materials. Now, one more thing, there are some postal stationaries also. There are in which you can have proofs. Some are fake, so we should know that shows your philatelic knowledge. For that, we should read as much as possible the philatelic literature. Now, in modern times, in recent times, the thing happened is that the cover should have multiple stamps, but of same design. If there are 4 designs, just like 2 are birds, 1 is fruit, 1 is animal, so it will not be accepted as a very good material. In the beginning, for a kid's collection or for a beginner, is okay. But you should try, if you're collecting on animals, suppose tiger, to try to find out that stamps, maybe 1 or 2 or maybe multiple, with that particular stamp. Mixture of stamps are not preferable. So you get material differentiation like this. Now, proofs are many. The earliest proof are very expensive from the 19th century. And if you have those, you have more value of them. Up to 1950s, you have little less value. After 1950s to 2000, you have less value, and the modern period has more or less value. Now there are some drawings or essays and drawings, etc. Original arts. You should include in your collection those also. Because sometimes what happened, particularly the small countries, they sell their artwork and etc. and all these proofs, etc. into the market to generate some money into it. So not necessarily always they are just stolen, but generally sometimes they are just removing their stock to the open market, and that comes in the market, and that can be selected. And it's not easy to find, because there may be hundreds, but for your topic you may find only 1 or 2. So it takes time to collect proofs, etc. And you have to be careful because they're very expensive as well. Okay. So degree of importance is very important. What happened? World rarity. What is that? Is just from 19th century, when there were no stamps. Only postmark was there, just a postage paid or something like that. So those covers are considered to be expensive, as well as having more rarity. So when you get rarity marks, there are rare mark of rarity for 10 marks. 20 marks for 10 marks for your condition and 20 marks for rarity. I'll talk about it later. Now, some exhibit, you must be seeing some stamps don't look very pretty. So don't throw them until you see them, because sometimes that can be worth of lakhs of rupees. Reason is that it's not looking pretty to you. Reason, because it has not been treated well, but it's very, very rare because it's only 1 or 2 existing in the world. So every stamp is very important. Now, sometimes what happens, there is shortage of paper. Just a British Guiana stamp, you can see. It was supposed to come from England, but they printed it, and when the quantity came from, they destroyed it. Later on, also similar kind of stamps they are very cheaper, but British Guiana 1 cent magenta stamp is rarest. So similarly, you may find many rarities, and maybe you may have in your collection itself. Okay, known postal aspect. Now I come. I think the girl asked about this question, Cinderella. Is it right?
No, sir, I asked about Cinderella.
Okay, you want to ask. Cinderellas don't put any. If your story needs it, and not more than that. Whatever expensive, whatever beautiful it is. The revenue stamps are not to be used many. 1 or 2 at the most. Private decoration covers, no, at all. No, write down these and I can read. You can write down if you wish. Non-postal aspects of philatelic material. Postal stationery with added private prints, just like Bazaar card or something like that. Or many, many things on which left-hand side some printing. They look very original. Looks like that government has printed. But be careful because they are having no postal or philatelic value of it. Illustrations on FDC, as I told, if you are making an exhibit, please don't include the left-hand side of the aspect of your cover, the printing, what a writing or the picture for development of your. It may look beautiful, but it's not going under your philatelic knowledge. Revenue stamps, 1 or 2. Picture postcards, no. Only postage stationery. Private vignettes, aerophilatelic, there are many, many. Not use too many. If one or two, okay, okay. Private additional cancellations, just like Antarctica or something like that. No, don't go for that. They look very pretty. The dealers are selling for very, very high prices, but it won't add to your philatelic knowledge in your exhibit. Content of letters inside, just like Gandhiji. One collection, somebody sent to me, is a gold medal collection, and he has written, letter to Gandhiji. No, whether expensive, written to you, written to anybody will not have. Just like if the letter has been written to Mrs. Indira Gandhi, it won't make it to your exhibit. The letter inside written by Mrs. Indira Gandhi to someone, maybe to you, maybe to anybody, will not come in this aspect. So please be careful because it takes up a lot of place and you spend a lot of money also. If you love it, okay, have it in your collection, not in exhibit at all. Non-postal administrative marks, just like some marks are there. So find out whether they are product means administrative or not, just like return to sender. They are from Department Post. May sent to some place, mail delayed due to COVID, mail delayed due to earthquakes or hurricane or something like that, or crash cover. Crash covers are very, very expensive and very difficult to get, and it adds a very good value to your collection. Why? Because there are not many, and for your theme, it's very difficult. I'm still searching for me. Okay, one more thing. There are many letters are coming in with you, just like LIC or something like that, but nothing will go into your exhibit. There are some companies publicizing about motorcycle or a cars or maybe electric appliances, something, etc. If it is privately done, whether it's a postage stationery or whatever, it will not add any philatelic value to your collection. You may spend a lot of money in it. Just like there are two, three cancellation people take. One of, suppose Gandhiji from 1948, one from 1969, then 81, then 2000, 2004, 2008. Looks beautiful, but that will not go to your collection at all in any way. If you really want to show one of the postmarks by windowing, just one postmark. No combination covers are acceptable in philatelic exhibits, particularly in thematics. Now, there are some souvenirs are coming, you must be seeing. There are some Belgian souvenirs, some French colonies souvenirs are there. So please be careful from these 2-3 countries, but they are issued for the benefit of collectors, but not for exhibitors. Now, any questions about the material, please? You may ask the questions on material, please.
Sir, I've asked a question on the permanent pictorial cancellation.
Permanent pictorial. What do you want to ask? Please tell me.
Like, how much value does it give to the exhibit? That is my question.
It is completely valid.
It is
valid because of place, because of his design, because of dates, and many things. Because it's supposed
to. A modification to the same question. If there is a pictorial cancellation, would it add more worth on a postcard or a private cover?
Anyway. But it should not be just taken and put it inside your exhibit.
Yes, it should be used.
Yeah, it should be used. Suppose you mail a letter from Lucknow Post Office, Lucknow GPO. There's a permanent postmark, and letter goes to Bangalore or wherever. So that letter has traveled. Okay. So travel letters
Yes,
are considered to be important in any case, not only in pictorial postmark, but in any postmarks. Okay. Did
so
you get it? Nobody
secondly,
Yes,
answered.
you
sir.
said,
Yeah. Adit, tell me please.
yes, sir. As you were telling, for the covers that are sent to a particular personality, the letter has no value. But
No.
does the address on the cover, does the name on the cover? Okay, okay, okay,
Yes.
sir. And
I
the
please write down anybody you want to write. Maybe that person or that organization or that particular thing what you are showing is has a privilege of free postage. When you send
okay,
that
sir.
letter,
Okay,
then
understand.
it's just like some letters are there, it is written from just a novel postmark, novel from
Presidents and
India also. And so they have a registration something.
Presley shares. Yes, sir.
Okay. They have more value in fact.
And sir, autograph covers, are they of any philatelic value for exhibitions, just for collection?
Zero. No,
Okay, sir. That
we won't
answers my
add.
question.
Okay, now we move on to the next thing. Any more question about material, please?
So you said that the permanent pictorial cancellation will have more value when it is on a cover. Can it be a private cover, sir?
No, any cover, any cover. It should be traveled. So generally,
Okay.
covers are private, but they are known as commercial covers. So I send a letter to you, and my stamp is there, and a special postmark is there, and travel to you. If it is registered, it is more valuable. All right.
Sir, Dheeraj is a young philatelist. He's in class 9th and he's from Hyderabad. So he's very enthusiastic and very
Yeah,
energetic.
I like it.
Is all these questions.
Okay, now we move on.
I think Jalandhar sir has a question. He was raising his
Come
hand.
in, please. Jalandhar साहब
Sir,
आइए.
you are muted. आप muted हैं.
Unmute yourself, sir. Unmute.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Now it is unmuted. You were
Okay.
talking about some envelopes like as we are getting from SBI, sometimes LIC, sometimes NTPC or some very rich organizations like this thing.
Yeah.
And for example, there are old covers, envelopes are there.
Mhm.
And by the way, if a stamp is issued on the
Yes.
same topic, for example, LIC, LIC completed 100 years or 125 years.
Yep.
If the cancellation is taken on that cover,
Yeah.
just a cancellation on the first day,
Mhm.
will that matter in exhibit?
Only the cancellation is stamp. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing on the left hand side. Nothing on the no postal marking. Nothing else will be matter.
Okay.
Only thing. I
Yeah.
will post all these things in coming time within a week or two. Let me get a little better. So
Yeah.
I will, and you can ask me these questions for some time because we need that exhibition. That what you are asking now. Some
Yeah.
more questions will come when you are preparing an exhibit. So I'll share you with my email address and all those things. You can write to me directly also,
Yeah,
please.
okay. Only one very small question.
Yeah, please.
Sometimes when stamps are issued, and this
Yeah.
is old tradition, that selected people are invited over the function by issuing an invitation card. And I have seen many philatelists getting stamp cancelled on this invitation card.
No value.
No value, no?
Only cancellation you can take anywhere. It will be similar as in cover or something like that. Nothing will be like that.
So having an invitation card is not a matter.
No. Yes, you can. No.
That
These
is
all
for
these
collection.
materials.
Today we are talking of from exhibition point of view.
Yeah, exhibition point of view. Otherwise, you can have anything. But now I come up in because I have to add something. There is a social class, social philately, in which you can add 50% of material non-philatelic.
Okay.
Develop a collection in that one.
So what about brochures, cancelled brochures?
Yeah.
No value.
No philatelic value. Value is there. But philatelic value is no more.
But is there a value of the collection, the cancellation?
No. Cancellation you can show. You can have on cover.
Suppose I have this cover, this brochure. There are two stamps with color difference, and they are singly cancelled. So can I just put a window and display?
Then
this much of,
Because there is
then
color
okay.
difference, then okay.
This is, yeah, they have a color difference.
Sir, one more question.
Please.
As you were saying that the envelope should have maybe 3, 4, 5 stamps, but of the same design.
Yeah, nowadays, this is the difference.
But you see sometimes on a single topic like flora or fauna or any other things, 4 or 5 stamps are released or MS are released. If
please avoid.
Okay.
Avoid, because when there is nothing, what happened? When I am rich, I can buy Mercedes, BMW, anything. But if I'm not rich, what I'll buy? I'll buy a Centro or something like that. If I'm more poorer, I'll buy a scooty. So similarly in exhibit also. But if you are given by, just like one exhibit, one page I'm having, this, are you able to see this?
Yeah.
There are two different denominations, but they are of same design.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
What is happening is the rules are made by the Europeans and dealers are also involved. So once they see this material is not being sold, make it in the rule, bring it in the rule. Just like bigger materials were not used, so paper sizes they have increased. So this is called the trend, and we should go by trend.
Okay.
All right. So now I come up to the level different thing, because this is just material. Now how to develop a collection? Title is very, very important. Just like World War II, or you can say crisis of food during World War II, or World War II in Asia, World War II in East Asia. The treatment will be different, isn't it? Because what happens? We just put a World War II. World War II is whole over the world. When you make no in the East European countries, or years, something like that. So similarly, birds. Birds you cannot go in general. There are more than 10,000 stamps and so many things, and hundreds of varieties of birds you cannot show. You can show like water birds, maybe kingfisher, maybe owls, maybe birds of prey like this. So you have to focus. You have to maybe narrow your topic. And with that, because what is your title, that will decide how the plan will be made and the development. Got my point, please? Okay. Now, the story should flow. So there's a plan. First is title and the plan. Title and plan page can be same. Plan is not just the listing of items. Suppose you are showing birds, parrots, the ducks, and the owls. No. If suppose you are having general collection also, then you can classify like this. Just like birds of prey, say birds, water birds cannot fly. So grouping can be done like this thing. So similarly, as much as narrow you will go like this. It's like parrot. Parrot is kept where? How it is found? How many varieties or species are there? Then how they are being fed? They are being kept as a pet also. In what are the colors and all those things. So it depends upon your creativity, how far you go. You can see one collection is there in the Philex 2000, pheasant. Have you seen anybody? From Mr. Anand Kakkad.
So the peacock one.
Peacock.
Yes, fowls, turkeys, and peacocks.
In that certain things difficult. One collection is there. You go for that definitely. Canoe, CANOE. That's very good one. Development and all those things are very fantastic. So that can be exemplary exhibits for you at the moment, because since the exhibition is going on, to get the benefit of it. Now, just like one more theme can be just like archaeological jewels of Egypt, archaeological jewels of India, or you can add something which you can go like, if you say archaeology, the whole world you have to complete. So you have to be different. Aeroplanes, you can go fighter planes, etc. The aviations, maybe helicopters, something like that, whatever you like. So it has to be done. Now nowadays the things are being discussed, innovative things. Just like in China, there are so many collectors are coming up, just like taste. If you talk about it, people say taste rice, tea, or maybe something like this, such kind of smell. I've seen one exhibit on smell as well. Now it is something very difficult because you cannot see direct material available on it. You have to research on it. Now, plan is the most important part. It sets the tone of your exhibit. Plan पहले बताना चाहिए सबसे पहले क्या होगा. First, it will be on the introductory page. It should be divided into 5 or 6 chapters. They should be balanced. It should not be one chapter is having 2 pages, one is having 25 pages, one is having 18 pages, one is having only 1 page. No. Suppose there are 80 pages, so each should be about 16, but no, it's not possible always. One chapter can be 10 page, one can be 20 page, one can be 16, 12, like this. It shows the balance. Never show a plan topic subject with 1 sheet only. It shows that you have not worked and you have inserted just like that. What your topic is, try to cover as many aspects as possible, as many dimensions possible. Don't just show just like there's one headgear on this, headgear this. There may be different ceremonial headgear, maybe there may be headgears for saluting, something like that from army and a lot of things. So as much as you will study, and now the part is the development. What is development, Adit?
Yes, sir. Sir, how we proceed with the plan, that is the development, how we carry it.
Anybody else? There should be a story. If there is no story, you can proceed like this: owls, ducks, eagles, like this. But if you have a story developed that this kind of birds are there, birds are kept inside, birds are helping you in your assessing the environment and all those things, then you can make a story. So development has to have a story. There should be thread. It should go like this, Z-like. Not like this, you're writing something here and then something else. No. The story should go like this, just like Mahatma Gandhi. He was born in 1869. Sometimes people do what? Sequence is very important. They will write he was married to Kasturba. Then he goes to high school. Then down here will show, because the cover is there, he will say he was born in Porbandar. Sir, material setting. No. First you have to show, because first he was born. Then he has gone to school. Then he got married. Then he has gone to senior high school. So this is important. This is called development. And the philatelic material has to be used properly. Got my point, please? Sheet sizes are important. They are A4 size generally. A3 size people are using, but I won't recommend so easily because the story flow stops. You cannot complete till the 2 pages. There is a page 31 by 29 inches or centimeters. That is being taken into consideration nowadays. Why? It's a little easier than the A3 one. But it depends upon how you want to choose. You can have a combination of all 3 also. Now development is gone. Development has to be correct choice, order, and positioning. Not this that you are saying something and saying showing something. It should not be. Say what you show what you say. This is the basic principle of exhibiting, particularly in thematics. In other branch also, just like coastal history also, what you show, you will give the details about it also. Don't tell about what is happening where and what. Now, some require, there should be balance and there should be depth. Now, use of thematic text in development. This is now philatelic text and thematic text. Write down it. Thematic text has to come first, always before the philatelic text. The philatelic text will be following the thematic text. Can somebody example? Adit? Rahulji?
Sir, first the details of the material that we are putting, that shows with the story, we have to give that. And after that, we have to show what are the specifications of the stamp, why are you using it, what is the need that I'm using it.
You are showing Gandhiji was born in Porbandar. So what you write first? Gandhiji was born in Porbandar. Then down you write, this is a postal illustration, your postal marks, postmark from the post office Porbandar. So the second one is the philatelic knowledge and first one is the thematic. Got my point? Generally, what happens, thematic exhibitors mix them. Sometimes they write first, sometimes they this. And what happens in that, they lose some marks about knowledge and development goes disturbed. Okay. Now, there should be a title which comes in the first page. There is a subtitle, page title. Then there are subtitles in it. So there can be a 14 font, 12 font, and the text can be, text should not be much. Sometimes one line can be enough, sometimes not more than 2 lines. So try to restrict the text as less as possible. Minimum. Don't tell what is not being shown on your exhibit. If you are showing something, only explain that. Is it okay? Okay. Now there's 5 marks of innovation, but I think it's going to be abolished soon, they are saying, because innovation means that how you develop the same theme in a different perspective or with your own creativity, with your new approach or with your new material or new something like that. But one day it becomes old. Suppose you have shown new approach, somebody copied it. So what will happen? Will it remain innovation? So the at the international level, FIP is working on it, that these 5 marks may be included somewhere else. Now, innovative theme or innovative use of material. Suppose you are showing 5 pandavas. So find a postmark or maybe a stamp which is showing 5. And right, Pandavas were 5 brothers. This is maybe 18th century or 19th century cover can be fitted into it. So this is where you can innovate, and this is getting you very, I think, very high marks for this, because this is not easy to find, and only you will be having that item in your collection. So for rarity and for condition and for everything, you'll get the marks, right? Now, treatment is important. So far it was development. Treatment is this, that consistency is going on. The size of your font and everything is going consistently, and consistency is with plan. If it is not following the plan, writing whatever you are writing and what is plan is going on, so it will not have anything. And width and depth is very important. Now, I will not go much in detail how to improve your collection, because at the moment we're discussing how to prepare exhibit. If you already have an exhibit, try to improve it. If you don't have it, no problem. Now, it's important to know how you get marks for thematic exhibit. Judges and exhibitors both should know about it. Title and plan. How many marks for it, Adit? Rahul,
Wait.
how many?
20 or 25, sir. Okay, correct.
Who said? Adit? How much, Adit?
Yes. 20, sir, or 25 in thematic?
20 or 25. No. Title and plan is having 15 marks. Write down, please.
15.
And there is development. How many? You know about it?
Sir, is there any difference in the title marks of one frame and multi-frame thematic?
Little bit.
Yes, that is.
Not much, but it will be little bit much be there. Not much. Because they will be judged as a thematic exhibit will be judged thematically. So maybe, I don't think, because there are 15 marks for plan. So 15 marks for plan. Is it right? Title and plan. Very, very important. If you get 14 marks out of 15, it means you are doing so well. But generally you will get 11 or 12 marks. Now there's called development. It is also having 15 marks. How many marks it has? 15. There is innovation. This is having 5 marks. Total is 35 marks. That's for your treatment. This is known as treatment altogether. Can I move ahead? Yes. Now, knowledge, personal study, and research. In this aspect, you have 2, thematic and philatelic. Both are having 15 marks each. Total marks, 30. Now comes the condition and rarity. Condition is 10 marks and rarity for 20 marks. And there is presentation. This is for 5 marks. In all, it is 100 marks. But these 5 marks are extremely important because you need to put your items in such a way, your description, your way of showing things neat and clean, not too empty, not too crowded. It adds the total value. Sometimes the exhibitor fights. My exhibit is only 5 marks. I have not got the gold medal. I ask a question. Will you go to a dirty shop or will you go to a shop which is very shining from outside? We'll go to that shop, shining, which is a very good showroom, very well presented. Maybe you come out, you go to car showroom, you don't buy it, but you will feel like to go inside. And one shop is having a lot of treasure, but outside is so filthy. You will not like to enter, even you will not go near to that one. What will happen? The first impact will be that your overall impact in the mind of jury or the visitors will go that this exhibitor is not very keen. So at least not only you lose marks there, but 1 or 2 marks in other sections also. Now we talk about Jalandhar Sahab, aap aaiye isme, please. Why exhibiting is fun? When you don't exhibit, everything looks nice. Now you select, just like when you're eating every day is okay. But when you invite some guests, you try to prepare something good. You try to say, oh, I got it from Kashmir. I got it from Switzerland. So you feel like to present it in a very nicely decorated way. All the tastes remain same. But here, so 5 marks are very important. Now we go back to 15 marks for plan. Plan it nicely. Again and again and again. Don't put it one sign. What will happen? Your story will change depending upon availability of material, depending on your thinking. And what will happen is that sometime later you will find that what you were thinking yesterday was obsolete or incomplete or something can be added. So every day or every month or every time you meet somebody or read something new, watching TV or something, you get some more exposure and you get more ideas to present your exhibit in a better way. This is called creativity, and here your marks go up. Similarly, you select the material also like that. Now there is 15 marks for development. Development, suppose you get 12 marks for what? Presentation. 12 marks for your development and 3 marks for your innovation. Now thematic knowledge. Thematic knowledge is what? What material you have selected and you are trying to develop the story. Suppose you get 13 marks for it. Suppose your study is very excellent, very nice. Not that best, but it is one of them. But philatelic knowledge is okay, 12. How many marks? Can somebody total this? How many marks you have got? $52, or suppose 4 marks you get for presentation. 56 marks. 56 marks from 70 marks. How much you have received? 56 marks from about 80% for a male. Right? You are getting my point?
Yes,
You have
sir.
56 marks out of 70. So don't worry about material. But when you have material, suppose your condition is very good one. How many marks? Suppose 7 marks you get. Not very prime condition, but very nice condition. And suppose you get 10 marks for your rarity. How much? 17.
70.
How much is coming total?
70. 73.
So it is a silver medal at international level.
Yes.
Now, your study is going very well. Now you start looking to save money or something. And in next exhibition, you find that some material is there and your marks already gone up by 4 marks and condition by 1 mark. What will happen? It will become 78 marks. It will go to large silver. And suppose your plan you also develop 1 mark you get it here and 1 mark you get for development. How many marks you get? 80. 1 mil.
1 million.
But if you see, I have got very good material, I have got this many, I have written this. No, have this mark. This is very important when you do it. So try which area I cannot do. Suppose you don't have money, no problem. You don't have any access to buy some material, you don't have good quality material. Okay, study books. Internet is there. Libraries are there. Develop some stories. Put something in it. In place of 12, get 14 marks in plan. Now, these 20 marks from your condition and rarity, they will come gradually with time, and don't worry about it. If you don't receive a silver medal with good study and all those things, it means you are not following good rules. You are not doing something good. Just like you are using in the story, your puzzle covers with the left hand side aspects, using Cinderellas, using non-philatelic material. कि सर उन्होंने तो बताया था वो तो बहुत फिलेटलिस्ट हैं, उनको गोल्ड मेडल मिला है, but he is expert for that field. He is not expert of your field. You should be very, or somebody may be selling it. Dealers say, oh, no, you'll find very good. You'll get gold medal definitely. Don't go. Be realistic, be judgmental, be knowledgeable, and use your creativity. Sometimes a 1 rupee stamp can give you very good marks. Why? Because you are using that stamp to show something like other things. Okay, now question answers open for you, please. Rahulji?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful session, sir. It has been really very, very helpful and knowledgeable for all of us. I think we can open the floor now for the questions. All those who want to ask questions, please.
दिनेश जी, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि इसमें क्या हाई वैल्यू स्टैम्प्स मैटर करती हैं?
यदि आपके पास में एक सेट है 3-4 स्टैम्प्स का या 10 स्टैम्प का कितना भी, तो हाई वैल्यूज ले लीजिए, रख दीजिए. उससे होता यह है कि वो एक्सपेंसिव होता है, रेयर होता है, डिफिकल्ट होता है, और उससे समझाया कि जब हाई वैल्यू है तो लो वैल्यू भी होगी, कंप्लीट सेट होगा. तो ऑलवेज प्रेफर हाई वैल्यू.
थैंक यू.
Any other question, please?
Yes, sir. Sir, in exhibits, we always like give the technical information also about the stamp. Does it like give any good impact on the exhibition?
Give an example, please, to me.
Like for my exhibit in the Philex was handmade arts and crafts of India.
What is
So
I will see to it.
Handmade arts and craft pieces of India.
Youth है sir.
Youth category A, sir.
BAA. A, okay, all right. What medal you have
Sir,
received?
I have received silver bronze, sir.
Silver bronze. Okay, I'll see to it, and I'll share my email also, and you can send me email, and I'll tell you where you can do what. All right. Now you ask for technical details.
Yes.
Just like when there's a cover, the cover is not clear. You don't say it's a miniature sheet. Don't say it's a stamp.
Yes.
It's looking like. But suppose something is there, just like booklet is there. The booklet issued from this country in 1982 or 1926, something like that. Because those are not very easily to assess. Sometimes a aeroplane cancellation is there, and you are showing it. So maybe possible, you may say the aeroplane was used to treat the bird in the jungle.
I think, sir, he is asking about the technical details of the material, like the dimensions, the date of release.
Don't give that. No need. Until
So like I've included the date of release, where it was released, the process in which was released.
Until it is required. Until it is required.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
See the exhibit of this canoe, very nice one. That you will see that what is required, the minimum details are to be there. If it is required to give the dimension, suppose there are 2 stamps. One is issued one time, one is issued second time. So then you have to give dimension, and you have to show that this year this was issued like this. Just like Gandhi stamps, definitely from India. Some are small, some are big, isn't it? Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
That case you can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Any more questions, please?
Okay, if I may ask, sir, regarding those commercially used covers or letters, we may have one postmark from the sender on one side of the envelope, and then we may have the postmark of the recipient on the other side of the cover. So in these cases, do we have to mention it, that where it went from and where it was received?
I will
Or
show you. No problem. You can just will add to your philatelic knowledge. But write very to the point. Mail from there to where. In case the postmark behind is important. Sometimes what happens, you have to develop your exhibit with the postmark delivery postmark. So what you can show that one, and the back side of cover you can show the minimum reduce scan of that thing.
oh, thank you, sir. And I also had a small question, if I may, sir, regarding the Max cards or the picture postcards. I believe Max cards are those cards which has the picture of the stamp also on it, and then they are also affixed on the face of the card and cancelled also. So are we allowed to, like, is there a minimum number that we can be using?
If you are using not more than 1 in 5 frames.
Not more than 1.
Because they are generally, because they don't add much value to you.
Okay.
Those have a separate class.
Yeah.
That is why.
Okay. And secondly, the Maxim card should be when you don't have any other item to show. Because Maxim card don't get you very good marks. It may look good, but it doesn't add to your value. Postal stationery, excellent. Postcards, no, never use it. Because what happened? What I told you now, break up to the marks. This, okay, you don't have rarity, no problem. 17 marks for rarity only. But other things are in your hand, choosing right material, choosing not to do wrong things. Just like, don't cross the red light, you'll not be penalized. If you do it, you'll never be penalized. Is it right or not? But you have to save somebody's life. You can cross it. So similarly, in thematics also, if it is really required that some material like this, this is called borderline material. You can write down borderline material. These borderline material are those which are not pure philatelic, but little can be used. So be careful. 1 or 2 can be used all in 5 exhibits, 5 things.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, I wanted to ask this related question as Mr. Vivek was asking. For example, you are emphasizing that traveled covers should be registered. These are good. And
maybe.
Not necessarily. Not necessary, but if ordinary traveled covers are there, and only delivery stamp will prove that this has been traveled, as I feel.
Yes, but not in all ways, because generally by the appearance of the cover, judges will be. Sometimes cover can be pretty pristine. Still, it is delivered. Sometimes cover may be very, very dirty and it's never been delivered. So generally, the most rare covers or something, there you have to be careful. General covers, I just tell you, juries never like to penalize.
Okay.
Suppose if you are getting 2 marks, they will try, 3 marks can be given. In place of silver bronze, it can go to silver. They'll try to find out. But if you have some blunder mistakes or it's not possible at all, then okay. But they will try not to put you down 1 medal down. They will try to upgrade. This is one thing. So here, don't try to deceive. Whatever you know, write it.
Okay.
Sometimes people write just like that postal used, and it is not postal used. Or they write like this, that delivery postmark. Suppose it is open. And then say, generally it is not going to open. For rare items, for difficult items, or for forgery, etc., you have to be careful. Right, sir?
And one technical question I wanted to ask. Sometimes I discuss this issue with Rahulji also. That as per post office rule, delivery stamp is to be marked on the rear side of the cover in general practice. But if due to the lack of knowledge, or maybe while postman is just stamping the letters, if it is delivery stamp is marked on the front side of the cover,
no problem.
There is okay.
Just like I've got a cover, or there are so many. Just a 1936 Olympic flame. So people wrote letter from Germany to Greece.
Yeah.
And that's called post retante, means return to the sender. What happened? A postmark is there from Germany, and there is a delivery postmark from Greece, and it was returned to sender. It is on the same side. So this is called philatelic knowledge. This you can study a little bit more and discuss with the fellow philatelists and this is not so difficult. And you will not be penalized until unless you are trying to deceive.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have my friend Divyang from Gujarat and Netra, she is from Andhra Pradesh, and Pallavi is also here. She is from Allahabad. We just had Mukund from Ghaziabad,
Oh,
and yes, yes, and I think Divyang wanted to ask a question. Uh,
Hello.
come on.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, please. I'm here.
Yes,
Yes,
आवाज आ
sir.
रही है.
Yes, yes. Good
Divyang,
evening,
good
sir.
evening.
Yes, sir.
evening.
Good evening, sir. सर मेरा ये सवाल था कि ब्लैंक स्पेशल का और हम यूज करते हैं जो कि प्रिंटेड पार्ट है जो हमारा थीमेटिक के रिलेटेड वो ही सिर्फ दिखा सकते हैं क्या
सर ये लेट
एग्जिबिट
था
में?
एक्चुअली थोड़ा सा, तो इसको फिर से बता दीजिए.
नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, आप हमें डायरेक्ट बाद में क्वेश्चन भेज देंगे.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, कोई बात नहीं.
कवर्स है, एफजीसीज है, इनकी जो लेफ्ट साइड में प्रिंटेड चीज है उसको आप मत यूज कीजिए, क्योंकि
ओके
वो
ओके.
थीमेटिक वैल्यू नहीं कैरी करता थीमेटिक्स.
अच्छा.
और कुछ ऐसी चीज हो सकती हैं कि प्राइवेटली प्रिंटेड है, वो भी आप ध्यान रखिए, उनको भी नहीं आप करेंगे. जैसे पोस्टल स्टेशनरी है, एरोग्राम्स है, उनमें भी लेफ्ट हैंड साइड प्रिंट होता है, पर उनको पूरी वैलिडिटी है, वो बहुत अच्छे आइटम माने जाते हैं, उनके लिए आपको मार्क्स भी अच्छे मिलते हैं. इज इट राइट?
ओके सर.
जी. और जब आपको एग्जिबिट बनाना हो, ठीक है, शुरुआत में ऐसा होता है कि हमारे पास मटेरियल नहीं होगा, तो आप शुरू में दिखा सकते हो, बट
हाँ,
कम खर्च होगा, और ये शुरू में कम कर लो तो अच्छा रहेगा.
सही बात है सर.
ठीक है भाई, सपोज
अच्छा.
आपके जूते चोरी हो गए, अब आपको जो शॉप खरीदोगे ना, लेकिन कम बैक टू योर
हाँ.
सिटी, फिर आप अच्छा खरीदो जो आपको फिट
हम्म.
करे, साइज वो करे. तो कभी कभी क्या होता है कि
हाँ.
हॉबी इफेक्ट, इट्स नॉट जस्ट कि जैसे क्रिकेट आल्सो, same shot you play one day you get fit and next day you get out. Why? Because that day player is there, you miscued it and it was caught. Similarly in philately, so suppose today you don't have it, but next time if you have knowledge, then you will definitely like to replace it. If you don't have knowledge, you will not. Is it right? It's like gold and brass, both look yellow, so you must know which is similarly here.
Okay sir, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, please. Yes, Pallavi was supposed to ask one question.
No, just Divyang wanted to ask a question,
Okay,
but if others have a question, they...
You're not asking any question today? Okay, so Rahulji, any questions?
No, I think, sir, I mean, members only wanted to ask, and we've got good people, and I hope these have been benefited from your talk today.
Yeah. So we'll try to carry forward these guys, and we promise these guys, and they should promise to us that in 5 years we should go to international.
Absolutely. There's no
Definitely, sir.
reason that they should be held back. And
Because
I think we'll have another session later on whenever, sir, you can, I mean, it is feasible with you.
what time we can discuss on
Before,
materials or something. You can, in the meanwhile, I can
Yes.
have you got my email address or no? I can post it on the group. So
you
anybody,
can write it on the chat here. There are some participants that are not on the group, so it would be nice if you...
I'm trying to put.
Also, just before the Felix, I wanted to prepare an exhibit for Kumbh. So I contacted Dinesh sir, and he guided me for the exhibit.
Oh, you
And I took his idea.
मिठाई भी खानी है भाई.
हाँ sir, that is my first large vermilion international exhibition.
Wow. That's great. That's great.
Credit goes to Rahul sir for the materials and Dinesh sir for the guidance and preparation of the exhibit.
You and you only.
Yes, sir.
You and you only. Because if you don't ask us, why will answer? Why will answer? So we also, yeah, wonderful. It can be developed further also. So I just had to type my because
Also, I request others to kindly just switch on their cameras so that we may opt for a screenshot or something like this.
okay, I just find out, but I'm not coming. Cat is coming. Got my email address now, please?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can see.
Yeah, you can send me with questions. You can send your exhibits and give me some time. Sometimes I'm a bit free. Sometimes I don't. You can send me nowadays because for next 10 days I may be in home quarantine, isolation because of COVID. So I may not go out. I may utilize this time. So better, I'll have fun also. Please send me the questions, your exhibits, whatever you like, please.
Sure. Yes, sir.
And now, Vivek.
Yes, sir.
Coming to next exhibition.
Sir, is there
I'm sorry?
Is it Sharma Sport or is it SHARMSPORT?
SHARMSPORT. Sharm Sport.
Sharm Sport, okay.
Now, Vivek,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you prepared? Are you participating in this national exhibition coming up?
I am planning to. Yes, sir. I participated in the Felix and managed silver. But then after this session
today,
I'm sorry.
What rules I told you? Don't focus what material you have to add. What material you can reduce. Similarly, Adit, you also. Anybody who is having exhibit, this time focus on what material is more desirable. कहते हैं ना रास्ते में कांटे पड़े हो तो उनको निकाल दो तो सब कांटे साफ हो जाते हैं, isn't it? Don't put flower petals. No, flower petals are there. Remove the thorns and maybe utilize them. Okay, so similarly, so every material is not bad, but on the merits of this, try to remove and gradually you will be. So I wish that everyone you get entry in the coming exhibition. This is fully valid. If you get Vermeer medal in this exhibition, you can participate in international exhibition.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. A lot of things learned today, a lot of feedback taken, and yes, I will definitely have to look into my material, and I already see a few that I have to remove. Kante ki tarah. So I will definitely.
Rahul, you are making on, I think, postal history.
Postal history, sir. I'm making a 5-frame on postal history on Allahabad, sir.
If really not required, any cover which is not of good quality, any corner, that one. Until unless really required and very, very important.
Right, right. Absolutely.
This condition helps you to get marks. Hey, nice exhibit, buy it. Have you seen the car, advertisement for cars, small cars? They make it flat, long. It will not same. But look, oh yeah, lambi car hai. We should buy it. Similarly, oh, this is a good exhibit. So what happens? This dirty postmark, don't put. Clear postmarks, buy it only. Only the clear postmark. Everybody, thematics also. Don't buy the half postmarks or something like that. And don't put it in the exhibit. Look, what happens? These condition marks are in your hand. Why you lose those 2 or 3 marks? What my point? And similarly, title and the plan will be accordingly for you.
Right.
एग्जिबिट करने के नहीं, इनको प्रमोट कैसे करें बताइए?
Pardon, sir?
जालंधर साहब को कह रहे हैं कि एग्जिबिट नहीं दिनेश जी, मैं पूरा मतलब इस वक्त मूड में हूँ और मैं अभी सेपरेटली राहुल जी से भी बात करूंगा एक पॉइंट पे और मैं करता हूँ कोशिश, क्योंकि मेरी एक झिझक जो फर्स्ट टाइम की है वो खोलनी है मुझे, उसके बाद तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट और बढ़ जाएगा इसमें।
पिछली बार हुआ था राहुल जी जब पहली बार मिले थे, आज में 5 साल के अंदर अंदर यू कैन सी ही इज ऑर्गेनाइजिंग वर्कशॉप।
ओह आई नो, ही इज अ ग्रेट मैन, वी आर लकी टू हैव, we are lucky to have him.
Definitely we are.
Reason is
Jalandhar साहब 31st लास्ट डेट है, रजिस्टर कर लीजिए।
हाँ, मैं आपसे बात करूंगा
बिल्कुल, बिकॉज़
जालंधर साहब मुझे भी लोगों ने छोड़ा नहीं था। We'll be there because it's always a pleasure to see a good community with us. On very जो भी यहाँ पे आए हैं सबने टाइम दिया है, इंटरेस्ट दिया। You won't believe I was having 100 fever. And I was thinking, how would I continue? And you know, lately I think I'm not feeling any aches.
This is passion, sir.
So this is what you know. This is a pleasure out of your passion.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Lately, Parmo Dharma.
आदित्य को बस लगता है ये कुछ काम नहीं करेगा, लगता है फिलेटलिक एक्सपर्ट बन जाएगा। मुझे बहुत बढ़िया आदित्य पता है, बचपन में बहुत डांट पड़ी है।
अब बता रहे थे आप सर। विवेक सर, आपका एग्जिबिट कौन सा है फिलिक्स में?
एलिमेंट्स ऑफ म्यूजिक।
म्यूजिक।
हाँ जी, एलिमेंट्स ऑफ म्यूजिक। वहाँ पे 2-3 होंगे, लेकिन माइन इज
आपका
एलिमेंट्स
नाम
ऑफ
देख
म्यूजिक।
लेंगे।
Sure. So it was a pleasure and very good to be connected. I am not a part of the society yet. I just got connected a few days back. I would love to be a part of it, the society.
Good decision.
Most welcome, sir. I'll
Welcome
send you
with
the
open
files.
arms.
Just to be in touch. Yeah, now I hand it over to Rahul.
I think if anybody has a question, I mean, we're over with the question session now. And I just want to thank Dinesh sir for his guidance and his help to us to understand what is exhibiting from the basics. Now we can go ahead and we can take the next step, maybe in the next session, that what is exhibiting in the next phase. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much, all of you, my dear friends who've joined, who've been a part of this session today. And I hope you will make use of it, and we'll join again in the next session whenever it's possible. We'll send a link again to Adit and all our friends. He'll share the links with you all. Thank you so much, Dinesh sir.
Thank you, sir.
I'm really, really thankful to you because of all these, all odds. Still, you've been there for almost 2 hours with us and explaining philately. So half the battle is done. Half the battle is over with COVID. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
If I may please ask maybe a phone number or something so that I can stay connected. Aditya, can I have your number, please? If you
Sure.
Yes.
I'll send you on the chat.
Sure, please. So that I can get
Okay.
connected with the group
No,
again,
surely.
because we don't have much happening here in Darjeeling, no?
That is my number there.
Oh, sure. I'll just
You
connect
know?
with you. Sure, I have your number now. Thank you very much. I'll contact you through WhatsApp. And thank you very much, Dinesh sir and everybody else. Learned a lot today. Looking forward to learn more.
Yeah, surely. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Bye-bye, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.